Hello, welcome to the Quick Palette Maker web application and API. In this example, we will explain quickly what's the difference between the web app and the API. When we're working with a web app, we're working with a web page, just like this one. We interact with a graphical interface. So if we want to log in, for example, we just type our information, our login information, a password, and press a button. Okay, we're still interacting with a graphical interface. So for example, if I want to work with slabs, which are empty pallets, I can work with buttons, lists, cell, text cells, selectors, and other components of a graphical interface. I can pick a color picker, for example, to add a palette or empty palette. So for example, let's add one. Here, the name, description, we can add information here from the selector, type in data, and we click on a button. We're still working with a web app. So we will go to the list. We'll see that the web app has displayed a palette and the information is nicely placed on a table. Now let's work with the API. We can click on API and we'll see that we have a long list of methods that we can use and we can connect to third-party applications. But I'm going to use a simple one. I'm going to go to pallets and among all these methods, we're going to pick one that lists the empty pallets or slabs per site. I'll click here, and it will give you a description of what the method does and some hooks or URLs that can work to talk with this method or communicate with this method on the server. Here is the input data. We have some text, in this case is JSON format, and we have some output. So in this case, we just want to see the list of empty pallets or slabs like we saw before on the table. So we can copy this and we can use a text editor and then we can replace the sample with the data. So in this case, this variable, we have a value for it. And we have some information regarding the site, for example. In this site, you can see that this information is available here, the site. The graphical interface took care of that. So, but here we want to create a message. We copy it, we paste it in the input, and we can list it. And when we do, we have information regarding the empty palette we just added. We have the height, the width, the length, and it's not even ordered well. This is not very simple or nice to read, and that's why we have the graphical interface. But this is the API. This is good for programmers and people, for developers, software developers that can talk with this and use this data to connect to their own applications. Thank you.